It's a blazing afternoon in Atlanta, Georgia, July 2025, and I'm behind the counter of our family's pride and joy, Grandpa's Smokehouse, our brand new restaurant. The air is thick with the soul-warming scent of hickory smoke curling from our outdoor grill, where ribs are slow cooking to perfection. It's not just food, it's a symphony of flavors. The deep, woody char of oak, the sweet tang of our secret sauce with caramelized onions, a kick of paprika, and that smoky essence Grandpa perfected back in Alabama. This is our heritage, plated up for the world. Then bam! The door flies open, and in storms Karen, yes, that Karen, decked out in a blinding white designer pantsuit, pearls practically choking her, clutching a stack of papers like she's auditioning for a courtroom drama. Her face is a mask of hysterical rage. "You people are ruining this neighborhood," she shrieks, her voice bouncing off the wooden walls adorned with black and white photos of our family's barbecues from the 60s. Her stilettos stab the tiled floor as she charges toward me, waving those papers like a battle flag. That greasy, fatty smoke is infiltrating my establishment. It's revolting. It smells like poverty and bad choices. I freeze, my hands still tacky from basting brisket, the sizzle of fat dripping onto glowing coals outside, underscoring her words. Poverty, bad choices? Her tone drips with that coded racism we know too well, implying our black-owned spot draws the wrong kind of crowd, unlike her posh vegan bistro across the street. Green Bliss Bistro, with its 15 on quinoa bowls. I take a deep breath, letting the comforting aroma of our spice rub, cumin, garlic powder, a touch of brown sugar, ground me. This restaurant is our dream. My parents, both in their 60s, poured decades of savings into it, earned through grueling jobs, dad fixing cars, mom working night shifts as a nurse. Grandpa's recipes were our way out, our shot at sharing authentic Southern BBQ with the world. We transformed this rundown corner lot in a gentrifying Atlanta neighborhood, building an outdoor smoker pit that's the heart of our operation. No electric grill could match it. The smoke weaves magic, tenderizing meat over hours until it's fall-off-the-bone perfection, glazed with sauce that balances sweet, tangy, and just a hint of heat from chili flakes. Karen's not done, though. She slaps her papers on the counter, petitions, she claims, from concerned residents, and demands we shut down the grill immediately. "It's polluting the atmosphere of this district. My customers are refined. They don't want that barbaric stench wafting over." Her eyes scan our diverse crowd. Families digging into pulled pork sandwiches, the meat glistening under a sheen of sauce, flecks of black pepper catching the light. I see the classist sneer, the unspoken "you don't belong," aimed at our working class vibe compared to her kale smoothies and minimalist decor. I stay calm, slipping my phone from my pocket to record audio discreetly, because I've learned you always document. "Ma'am, this is a public space, and our permits are in order," I say, keeping my voice even despite the adrenaline pumping. She scoffs, her manicured nails tapping furiously, and mutters under her breath about that kind of people tanking property values. I catch every word on my recording, then snap a quick photo of her documents when she turns to glare at a customer. The papers look official, but something's off. The seals seem photocopied, the edges too crisp. She storms out, vowing to escalate this, leaving behind a cloud of overpriced perfume, clashing with the honest scent of our smoker. I'm shaken but proud. This place is more than a business. It's where the aroma of smoked collard greens, with turkey necks simmered with garlic and a vinegar tang, tells our story. But now it feels like a battlefield. I text my brother, Jamal, who's got a knack for legal stuff from community college. "Start a file, this is war." He texts back, "Got you, save everything." As we close that night, the sun paints the sky orange, casting a glow on the smoker, still warm from the day's work. The lingering scent of applewood chips and our vinegar-based mop sauce clings to my clothes, a badge of honor. Then my phone pings. An email from the city's health department. Complaint received regarding odors and potential violations. My stomach drops. How did she move this fast? That's just the start, y'all. If this hits home, Subscribe now and drop a comment with what city you're watching from. Let's build this community together. My brother Jamal rolls up with his beat-up laptop and a manila folder thicker than our cornbread. He's our secret weapon, self-taught in legal basics from free online courses and a knack for sniffing out shady moves. Sis, she's not stopping, he says, pulling up a new complaint Karen filed with the neighborhood association. I lean over and my stomach twists as I read her words. The intrusive fatty odors from Grandpa's Smokehouse are attracting an undesirable clientele, disrupting the upscale ambiance of our district. Undesirable clientele? We know exactly what she means. Our black and brown customers, families from the old neighborhood who've been here longer than her trendy Green Bliss bistro. The racism isn't even subtle. It's a dog whistle loud enough to wake the whole city. We decide to fight fire with fire. Documentation is our shield. I print out our permits, all stamped and legit, and snap high-res photos of the smoker setup. Vents clean, emissions well within code, the pit surrounded by neatly stacked wood. Jamal helps me draft a response to the health department, attaching our compliance logs and a polite note. We're proud to share our cultural heritage through authentic BBQ. Please verify our adherence to regulations. But we know Karen's got pull with the association, so Jamal insists we show up to their next meeting to confront her head-on. Bring your phone, he says. We're recording everything. Scene shift to the community center that evening. A stuffy room that smells like burnt coffee and bureaucracy. Fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. Karen's already there, perched at the front like royalty in a silk blouse, her blonde hair pulled tight, surrounded by a clique of nodding neighbors. She's clutching another stack of those suspicious petitions, her voice dripping with fake concern as the open forum begins. This new establishment is a nuisance, she declares, standing for maximum drama. That greasy, heavy smoke clings to everything, our clothes, our hair, our standards. It's making this district feel uncivilized. Her eyes lock on me and Jamal, sitting in the back row, her lips curling as she says, uncivilized, like it's a personal attack on our culture. I stand, my heart thumping, but my voice steady. Our BBQ is a tradition, y'all. It's not just smoke. It's the aroma of hickory and applewood, of ribs rubbed with black pepper and brown sugar, cooked low and slow to honor my grandfather's legacy. It's who we are. The room's quiet for a second, some folks nodding, but Karen cuts in, her voice rising to a near shriek. It's not about tradition. It's about standards. We don't want that kind of element here. Drawing in the wrong sort. Element? Wrong sort? The words hang heavy and I can feel the room split. Some neighbors shift uncomfortably, others murmur agreement with her. Jamal nudges me, whispering, "Got it." My phone's been recording the whole exchange, tucked in my jacket pocket. When Karen steps down, she leans to a neighbor and mutters, "We need to keep this neighborhood clean." Clean? It's another coded jab, implying our black-owned business is dirtying her gentrified vision. The mic catches it all crystal clear. The meeting ends with the association voting to draft a petition to the city council to limit disruptive businesses. It's a gut punch, but we're not done. Jamal uploads the audio to our shared drive and files a formal harassment complaint with the association, attaching a transcript of her words. Back at the restaurant, the dinner rush is in full swing. The air's alive with the scent of smoked sausage links, sizzling and popping with juices, seasoned with fennel and sage that hit you like a warm memory. A regular customer, Miss Elena, a retired journalist who's been sniffing around for a story, overhears us venting. "This smells like a scoop," she says, her eyes sharp. "I've got contacts at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Let's build a paper trail." Her offer feels like a lifeline. But the next morning, as I'm prepping a batch of collards, simmered with smoked turkey necks, the broth rich with onion, and a vinegar zing, trouble knocks again. A health inspector shows up unannounced, clipboard in hand, sniffing around our grill like it's a crime scene. "Multiple complaints about odors," he grunts, eyeing the plume of smoke laced with garlic and chili powder. I show him our permits, our logs, everything in order, but his pen's flying across that clipboard, and I swear I catch a smirk. Jamal arrives just in time, demanding to see his credentials and hitting record on his phone. The inspector bristles but leaves, muttering about pending violations. That night, as we clean up, the smoker's embers glowing faintly, the air still heavy with the day's flavors. Sweet molasses, sharp mustard seed. I check my phone. Another email, this time from the city council. Hearing scheduled to discuss outdoor grill restrictions. My heart sinks. Karen's coming for blood. What's her next move? But Karen's complaints are hitting us hard. That health department email and the city council hearing loom like storm clouds. I'm slicing brisket for the lunch rush, the meat yielding under my knife, pink and juicy with a peppery bark, when the door swings open. A health inspector strides in, unannounced again, his clipboard practically a weapon. More complaints about your grill's emissions, he says, his tone clipped as he circles the outdoor pit. The smoke curls around him, carrying notes of garlic powder and onion, but he wrinkles his nose like it's toxic. I show him our logs, air quality tests, permits, all pristine, but he's scribbling like he's already made up his mind. I catch him glancing at his phone, a quick text flashing before he pockets it. Something's fishy, and I'm betting Karen's greasy fingerprints are on this guy. Enter my girl Tia, our IT wizard and secret weapon. She's been hanging around, setting up tiny cameras around the property. Nothing shady, just legal surveillance to protect our business. She's across the street, pretending to scroll on her phone, but really she's recording the inspector's every move. I walk him through our setup, pointing out the state-of-the-art vents, explaining how the smoke's controlled, how it's the heart of our craft. This is tradition, I tell him, the way the hickory infuses the meat, blending with our sauce, tomato, molasses, a kick of chipotle. It's not pollution, it's heritage. He grunts, unimpressed, and I swear I see him smirk when he mentions potential fines. Tia texts me later. Check the footage. Sure enough, zooming in, we catch the inspector texting someone named K mid-inspection. The message? All good, we'll push violations. K for Karen? We can't prove it yet, but it's enough to keep us vigilant. Tia saves the clip, time-stamped, to our growing evidence folder. Scene shift to the city council hearing, a sterile chamber downtown with creaky benches and the faint smell of floor polish. Karen's there early, in a navy power suit clutching glossy binders that scream overproduced. Her hair's pulled back so tight it looks painful, and she's playing the victim to a T. When it's her turn to speak, she ramps up the hysteria. The odors from that place are intolerable. It's like living next to a tire fire, attracting all sorts of unsavory types who don't fit our district's vision. Unsavory types? The room shifts uncomfortably. Her racism's so blatant, it's practically a neon sign. She waves her binders, claiming they're filled with resident complaints, but I spot those same photocopied seals from her first outburst. Jamal's recording audio on his phone, and I'm taking notes, catching every word. When it's our turn, I stand, my voice steady but burning with pride. Our BBQ isn't just food, it's a story. The smoke carries the tang of vinegar sauce on pulled pork, the heat of jalapenos in our beans, the love of generations. We're not a nuisance, we're a community. We present a stack of signed testimonials from customers, dozens of them, from regulars like old Mr. Jenkins, who says our ribs remind him of his mama's cooking, to young couples praising the smoky collards with ham hocks. The council seems to listen, but their faces stay neutral, and Karen's smug glance tells me she's got someone in her pocket. Our neighbor, Miss Elena, the retired journalist, slips into the back row, jotting notes for her story. She's been digging into Karen's past, and her whispers about shady permits at Green Bliss Bistro keep us hopeful. We hand the council our evidence, air quality reports, photos of our clean setup, even a petition with over 500 signatures supporting us. But the chair tables the decision, muttering about further review. Karen leans to a council member as we leave, whispering, "They'll be gone soon. Primitive cooking doesn't belong here." Primitive? Jamal's mic catches it, and we add it to the file. Back at the restaurant, the dinner rush is a bomb. Customers line up for smoked chicken quarters, the skin crispy with a glaze of honey and cayenne. The aroma fills the air, a reminder of why we fight. Tia's working on enhancing that inspector footage, and Jamal's filing a formal complaint about biased inspections, attaching our recordings. Miss Elena swings by, eyes glinting. I'm close to something big on Karen. Keep documenting. But then, as I'm locking up, the smoker's embers casting a faint glow, my phone buzzes with a new email from the city. A proposed ordinance to ban outdoor grills in sensitive commercial zones. It's targeted, surgical, aimed right at us. My heart pounds. Is this Karen's endgame? It's mid-morning in Atlanta, humidity thick as our sauce, and I'm prepping a test batch for the festival. Grandpa's legendary brisket, rubbed with a mix of coarse black pepper, garlic powder, and a secret dash of coffee grounds for that deep, earthy crust. The outdoor smoker's going strong, applewood chips releasing a sweet, fruity smoke that mingles with the caramelizing sugars, drawing neighbors like a siren call. This recipe's straight from Grandpa's notebook, slow cooked for 12 hours, basted with a mop of apples, cider vinegar, Worcestershire, and honey to keep it moist and tangy. It's not just meat, it's history, resilience in every bite. But Karen's not letting up. She's taken to social media like a pro troll, posting on Instagram and Nextdoor about preserving our district's elegance from low-class intrusions. Her Green Bliss Bistro account blasts veiled shots of our smoke plume, captioned, "Who wants their kale salad ruined by greasy haze? Time to clean up the neighborhood." Comments flood in, some supportive of us, but others echo her classist vibe. Yeah, that spot attracts the wrong crowd. Wrong crowd. We screenshot every post, every like from her, building our digital dossier. Jamal's on it, archiving threads where she replies, "Exactly, we need standards, not that fatty mess drawing in undesirables." The racism's coded, but clear as day. We counter with our own posts, photos of happy families devouring pulled pork, the meat shredded fine, sauce clinging with notes of molasses and chili flakes. Come taste the tradition. But the backlash stings. Reservations dip slightly, and whispers in the neighborhood grow. It feels like a siege, but we're channeling it into festival prep. The Atlanta Food Festival is our big shot. Thousands attend, judges award prizes that could skyrocket our rep. Mom's in the kitchen tweaking Grandpa's collard greens, fresh leaves simmered with smoked turkey necks, onions caramelized slow, a hit of red pepper flakes for heat. Dad's perfecting the ribs, membrane peeled, rubbed with mustard binder, then a blend of paprika, cumin, and brown sugar before the smoke bath. These recipes are our weapons, authentic and unbeatable. Our ally, Miss Elena, the retired journalist next door, steps up big. She's been gathering material for her Atlanta Journal-Constitution piece, interviewing customers and digging into Karen's history. This isn't just about BBQ, she says over coffee, her notebook scribbled with notes. It's systemic. Karen's targeted other minority spots before. She pores over our evidence folder, snapping pics of Karen's social posts for her article. "I'll expose the bias," she promises, her eyes fierce. Scene shift to the street outside, late afternoon. I'm unloading wood deliveries when Karen saunters over, hysterical as ever in a faux fur vest despite the heat, waving a fresh stack of petitions. "Your primitive setup is done," she yells, drawing stares from passersby. "These documents prove you're violating codes, signatures from real residents." She thrusts them at me, her voice cracking with fake authority. I stay cool, pulling out my phone to snap photos of the papers up close. Zooming in later, the signatures look forged. Duplicates, ink bleeding like cheap copies. Tia's IT magic confirms. Metadata shows their edited scans. "Got her," I text the group. The confrontation escalates. Karen shrieks, "You're bringing down property values with that barbaric smoke. We don't need your kind here." Your kind? The words hit like a slap, but I record it all, audio and video, as she storms back to her bistro. Miss Elena witnesses from her window, adding her statement to our file. Clear harassment, documented. Back inside, the kitchen's a hive, testing festival portions. Cornbread muffins with jalapeno bits, buttery and crumbly, paired with smoked beans laced with bacon and molasses. The aromas lift our spirits, a reminder of Grandpa's mantra, flavor wins hearts. We submit our festival application, attaching glowing reviews to counter Karen's petition to exclude us for health risks. But as night falls, the smoker cooling with a faint haze of cherry wood, my phone rings from an unknown number. A distorted voice hisses, "Shut it down or things get ugly." My blood runs cold. Who's behind this threat? It's festival morning, Piedmont Park buzzing with energy, food booths stretching across the green under a blazing Georgia sun. We're up at dawn, hauling our portable smoker, the beast already puffing hickory smoke that carries the rich, savory scent of pork, belly rubbed with Grandpa's blend. Garlic powder, onion, fennel seeds toasting in the heat, and a whisper of brown sugar for that caramelized crust. The aroma's a magnet. Folks wander over before we're even set up. Noses twitching, drawn to the glistening meat, its surface crisp and smoky, promising juicy tenderness beneath. This is our moment, our culture on display, every spice a story of survival and pride. We set up our booth with pride, red checkered tablecloths, photos of Grandpa at his old backyard pit, and sample trays of brisket slices, the bark crunchy with black pepper and salt, paired with our signature sauce, tomato-based, tangy with vinegar, a kick of chipotle that lingers. The crowd grows fast, lines snaking as the smoke weaves through the air, blending with the sweet heat of our baked beans, studded with bacon bits and molasses. It's not just food, it's a vibe, a celebration of Southern roots that no gentrified bistro can touch. Across the way, Karen's Green Bliss Bistro booth sits prim and proper, her vegan salads wilting under the sun, her staff looking bored. She's pacing, phone glued to her ear, her white linen dress pristine, but her face twisted with fury as our crowd swells. By mid-morning, she storms over, hysterical, her voice piercing the festival din. "This is sabotage. Your greasy haze is choking out my customers." She flails dramatically, knocking over a tray of cornbread samples, golden, crumbly squares flecked with jalapeno. I dodge, keeping calm, my phone already recording audio. Tia, our IT genius, is in the crowd, filming discreetly with a hidden camera pinned to her jacket. She captures Karen's red-faced meltdown, her words venomous. "That fatty stench is ruining everything. You're drawing in the wrong kind of people." Wrong kind. The racism's so blatant, festival goers nearby turn, whispering. I smile for the crowd, handing out more samples. Pulled pork sliders, the meat tender and smoky, sauce dripping with notes of honey and cayenne. "Taste the tradition," I say, and the cheers drown out Karen's tantrum. Tia's footage shows the truth. Our booth packed, hers deserted. We upload clips to our socials, time-stamped, showing the crowd's love. Proof we're no nuisance. Karen tries sabotage next. Midday, security rolls up, claiming an anonymous tip about our grill's unpermitted emissions. I see Karen smirking from her booth, but we're ready. Jamal pulls out our permits, air quality logs, and Hawkins County certificates, all in order. "Check the regulations," he says coolly, his phone recording the interaction. The guard backs off, muttering an apology, and the crowd roars support, some chanting, "Smokehouse, smokehouse," as they devour ribs, the meat falling off the bone, glazed with a sticky mix of molasses and mustard. Scene shift to late afternoon, the judge is tasting. We serve our best. Brisket so tender it melts, paired with collards simmered with smoked ham hocks. Their earthy, vinegary depth a crowd pleaser. The judges nod, scribbling notes, one whispering, "This is authentic masterpiece." The air's thick with our signature aroma, hickory, spices, that soulful char, cutting through the festival's chaos. Karen's still lurking, muttering to her staff about that crowd ruining the vibe. But Tia's hidden mic catches it. "They don't belong here." Another nail in her coffin. As the sun dips, the announcer takes the stage. "Best BBQ goes to Grandpa's Smokehouse." The crowd erupts, strangers hugging us, snapping selfies with plates of our food. We hoist the trophy, the moment sweet as our peach cobbler, its cinnamon crust crumbling just right. Ms. Elena, our journalist ally, is there, photographing for her expose, whispering, "This'll bury her." But that night, as we pack up, the smoker's embers glowing, Ms. Elena pulls me aside, her face grim. I dug deeper, she says. Karen's been faking more than petitions. Her bistro's health certificates are forged, and there's talk of bribes to city officials. My jaw drops. This is bigger than we thought. What's she really hiding? It's the morning after the festival, Atlanta headlines screaming our victory, but I'm barely sipping coffee when Mrs. Elena texts, "Articles live. Front page." I pull up the Atlanta Journal-Constitution site, heart racing. There it is. Vegan bistro owners anti-BBQ crusade mass fraud and bias. Elena's piece is a bombshell, packed with our evidence. Screenshots of Karen's social rants, those forged petitions with duplicated signatures, and leaked emails showing she bribed the health inspector. Payments for favors, Elena writes, detailing wire transfers to his account, tied to her push for our violations. It exposes her racism too. Quotes like undesirable clientele and primitive cooking, framed as classist code for targeting Black-owned spots. The article digs into Karen's past. Turns out this isn't her first scam. Elena uncovered records from Chicago, where she ran a failed juice bar 5 years back. She faked loan docs, underreported taxes, and used similar tactics. Complaints against minority competitors, calling their food greasy intrusions to force closures. One victim, a Latino-owned taqueria, sued her for harassment. She settled out of court. Elena's got court filings, old news clips. Karen changed her last name to dodge the trail. A pattern of fraud, the piece declares, fueled by prejudice to gentrify neighborhoods. Social media explodes minutes later. Our festival win trends with our Smokehouse strong, but Karen's the real star. Racist Karen Exposed racks up thousands of shares. Comments flood her bistro's pages. Fraud, boycott. Her pristine Instagram, buried in backlash. I'm in the kitchen prepping ribs. Grandpa's rub of paprika, cumin, brown sugar hitting the meat. When Jamal calls, cops are involved. Elena tipped them off. We high-five over the smoker, the hickory scent of victory fog, but it's escalating quick. By noon, the city's buzzing. Karen's bistro shutters early, closed for maintenance, but reporters swarm. Tia pulls up live streams, Karen dodging cameras, her power suit rumpled, voice cracking. Lies, all lies. But Elena's article has teeth. Public records, our recordings. We had fuel, uploading Tia's festival footage to the authorities, showing Karen's sabotage attempt. Scene shift to the precinct downtown, late afternoon. We're called in for statements, the room sterile with buzzing fluorescents. Detectives grill us on the timeline. Our docs, the anonymous threat, traced to a burner near her home. Then the bombshell. They play a recording from a sting op Elena helped set up. Posing as a concerned resident, she met Karen post-article, wired up. Karen, panicking, spills. "Yeah, I paid that inspector to shut them down. Can't have that kind competing. And those petitions? I copied signatures. It's just business." Her voice, hysterical and desperate, seals it. We've got the recorded confession on file, transcribed and notarized. Escalation hits warp speed. Warrants issued. By evening, news vans circle her bistro as cops cuff her. Fraud, bribery, harassment charges. She's let out shrieking, pearls askew. "This is a witch hunt." Flashbulbs pop. It's viral in seconds. But the next day, scene change to the courthouse for her arraignment. We attend. Packed gallery whispering. Karen enters, disheveled, no makeup armor. The judge reads charges, document forgery, those fake certs for her own bistro, bribery, inspector payoffs, even tax evasion from her Chicago mess resurfacing. Prosecutors present our evidence stack, videos, photos, Elena's article as context. Karen pleads not guilty, but her lawyer stumbles. The judge sets high bail. Outside, protesters chant. Her rep in freefall. Sponsors drop her. Old partners distance. Back at the restaurant, the air's triumphant. Smoked turkey legs glazing with honey mustard. Flavors popping as customers toast our win. But as Karen's mugshot trends, her empire crumbles. Bistro reviews tank to 1 star. Fraudster everywhere. It's ruin, total and swift. Yet whispers hint at more, a bigger ring of gentrification scams. Is she just the tip? It's a crisp Atlanta morning, a week after Karen's courthouse meltdown, and Grandpa's Smokehouse is buzzing like never before. The outdoor grill's roaring, pumping out clouds of pecan wood smoke that weave through the air, carrying the deep, sweet aroma of smoked salmon. Grandpa's lesser-known gem, rubbed with dill, lemon zest, and a pinch of sea salt, the flesh flaking tender under a glossy glaze. The scent draws lines out the door, families spilling onto the sidewalk, laughing over plates of ribs and cornbread, the golden crust crumbling with a buttery jalapeno kick. Our victory at the Atlanta Food Festival and Miss Elena's Exposé have turned us into a local legend. Reservations are booked weeks out, and the community's rallying like we're their own. Inside, Mom's in the kitchen, perfecting a new dessert inspired by Grandpa. Peach cobbler, its cinnamon sugar crust bubbling over juicy fruit, the sweetness cut with a hint of bourbon vanilla. Dad's at the smoker, basting brisket with our signature sauce, tomato, molasses, a fiery chipotle sting, while Jamal's handling orders, his laptop now a hub for managing our evidence archive and new catering gigs. The air's thick with triumph, every sizzle and spice a middle finger to Karen's campaign. Her Green Bliss Bistro is boarded up across the street, for sale sign slapped on. Her name toxic after what our racist Karen exposed trended for days. Social media is still roasting her. Memes of her mugshot next to our trophy, captioned BBQ1 Fraud Zero. But it's not just about us winning. Ms. Elena swings by, her journalist eyes gleaming as she updates us. Karen's arrest cracked open something bigger. Her article sparked investigations into a gentrification scam ring, shady developers and business owners like Karen, using forged docs and bribes to push out minority-owned spots across Atlanta. 2 more arrests hit the news yesterday, linked to her Chicago fraud days. Our evidence, recordings, photos, that damning confession Tia caught, helped prosecutors build their case. You didn't just save your business, Elena says, sipping coffee over a plate of our smoked collards, earthy with ham hock and vinegar. You exposed a system. The moral here hits deep. Cultural authenticity is our superpower. The aromas of our smoker, hickory, applewood, spices layered like family stories, aren't just food, they're defiance against those who'd erase us. Karen tried to weaponize prejudice, calling our BBQ primitive and our customers undesirable, but she underestimated the power of community and truth. Every bite of our pulled pork, tender with a peppery bark, every scoop of beans rich with bacon and molasses, proves her wrong. We didn't just survive her siege, we thrived, turning her hate into fuel for our fire. Scene shift to a packed evening rush. The restaurant's alive, kids giggling over sliders, elders reminiscing about their own grandma's recipes, new faces snapping pics of our trophy displayed by the counter. I pause, inhaling the smoky warmth, the tang of sauce, the comfort of cornbread fresh from the oven. Jamal's filing final reports with the city, ensuring our grill's safe from any lingering bans. Tia's upgraded our security cams, and we're planning a community BBQ to give back. Free plates for the neighborhood that stood by us. But this fight's bigger than us. Other small businesses, Black-owned, Latino-owned, immigrant-run, are still battling Karens out there. So here's my call to you. Support local, lift up the underdog, and call out bias when you see it. If our story hits you, drop a comment below. What's a small business in your town fighting the good fight? Share this video, spread the word, and let's build a community that stands for authenticity over prejudice. Your voice matters, use it. And y'all, we're just getting started. Grandpa's Smokehouse is here to stay, smoking ribs, salmon, and dreams. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and join us for more stories of grit and flavor. Let's keep the fire burning, together.